Welcome to the Nuff Said podcast. We are talking Season 3, Episode 15, Spacetime. Oh, of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I didn't say that. I am Rob Southgate. With me is...
Jack Wengroski.
And a little Knitza.
Wow, that's kind of a professional way of doing it, other than me. I don't know what happened there.
Well, I thought there was kind of a long pause, though.
Yes. It was the awkward pause. We're bringing that back. So, Ward turned into Neo in this episode.
Basically.
He is the one.
Basically. I mean, I like that they're giving Ward more to do, but I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, I don't know.
So, do you think the Hive, he had the hand? So, he's got some memories.
The hand is in Daredevil.
Right. Uh-huh. You mean Coulson's hand, yes. So he obviously, we talked about this, whether he's just abandoned Ward or not, he has Ward's memories.
Right, so does he have a special thing for Coulson now, or did this give him... Yeah, I know, right?
But do.
Did this give him the plan for the whole skeleton thing? Or was that just a throwaway to give to Malik? 'Cause I don't think so. I think...
What do you mean? You mean... Did it give Ward the idea for the skeleton thing? No, that company was already working on it.
I know, but it seemed like it's an integral part of the plan. Like, he found the hand, and you're dig it. So is this revenge, or is this he saw the hand and said, and he said, I'm looking at this thing, and then there's these neural hookups, and you're the company that did this. So was it any revenge against Coulson, or was it strictly the neural network thing?
I think it's not, but
I think he just wanted to show Malik power. Why? I don't know. I really don't.
Well, I think there was
to give Malik a reason to be there, because otherwise Malik is just meat. He's in the way, All
right. Well, I'm spoiling it. Shouldn't they've just killed Malik at this point?
Yes. This is where Malik should have died tonight.
Right.
Yeah, but I think much like the big bads, especially the alien ones, they need the army. They need the one guy that controls the army, much like Max.
Yeah, but does he? I don't think he does. I think Ward at this point could just come out of that room, and if he had killed Malik right there, he goes right back to taking over Hydra. And think about it. He was getting higher up in Hydra before this transition. So for him to step in, he's got the memories, he's got the abilities, people know who he is. If he crushed Malik at this point, he could be the head of Hydra.
Yeah, but I don't think he can, number one, work out in the open. Just because of Coulson and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., he would be too much of a target.
But he doesn't need to.
Yeah, you kind of do. I mean, you need somebody on the outside. You have to have that thing of respectability.
Don't you think he has people on the outside? Or if he killed Malik here, he could put his pawns in place.
Yeah, but you need to build up pawns. You need to take control of all this stuff. Malik already has an empire and a network. Why not take advantage of that? Why not have the guy that is already plugged into everything rather than it's just a waste of resources.
Yeah, but he's a power freak. Now you've given him these robotic arms. Isn't he going to keep trying to become more and more powerful?
Yeah, but he sounded scared. Yeah, that's the thing is he's got all this and he's got it for the first time, yet he's more scared now than he ever has been. And
I think Skye should have killed him on that roof.
Except for the fact that
blown him apart with her powers because
no, because heroes don't kill. So what I would have liked to see is that sign that was on fire and looked like it was going to break and fall on him.
Yeah, and then the ashes from that are what fall, and we get the Fitz and Simmons scene.
Right.
As they're bathing in the corpsey ashes of
in the blood, Alec. They're
gross.
His blood is just covering them, and they're loving it.
Yeah, that's the part of the dream we didn't see. They're just covered. It looks like that movie. What is it? Beaches of Blood or whatever, where people trip and they fall in the sand and it just sprays blood. Blood Beach.
Fitz, is it raining blood? No, honey, my dear. It's a light rain.
Maybe that was inevitable.
So, okay.
Terrible.
I don't even know what that accent was. That was awesome.
I like the quote, though. That was awesome. But no, what are we going to do with these guys? I mean, yeah, we had a perfect opportunity now. There's no reason for Malik, except I still think you need his resources. I think you still need the outside guy.
Now what's he going to do? He's not going to be able to be a senator or whatever. He shows up with those robot arms.
Yeah, but I mean, those aren't
those
permanent.
Robot arms are awesome.
He took them off though. Like when he was on the plane, he didn't have them on.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a pair of socks. They don't like blend in with like.
Oh, mine do. I've worn them a long time.
Well, yeah, but that's that has to do more with osmosis and chemical reaction. Right.
So is there a character with robotic exoskeleton other than Ripley? Is Malik some other character, or do they just kind of make this up? Like, hey, let's throw robot arms on this guy.
Yeah, well, after
Not that I know.
I tell you, the honest truth for me is after they built up Mask and absolutely never called or hinted that about Madam Mask on Agent Carter.
That's the Jimmy Carter show, isn't it?
Agents of Carter.
That's going to be the sequel. Next year they're going to do Agents of Carter.
I'm a former president, and I got a lot of peanut butter.
That was inevitable.
All right. I think the show's over. Enough said.
Enough said. No, but, I mean, I don't know. Do you see where I'm going? Do you see where I've been?
No.
You see where I'd like to go?
Not at all.
I don't know. I think, I still think there's a place for Malik. How long are we going to keep, now that we have Hive, who could basically take control of anybody and everybody, how long is that character going to survive? Because at some point, they're going to have to kill him, just like they did didn't kill Mask, but their power gets just so big. The only thing that's going to stop them is annihilation or, housing them in one of those cubes.
Yeah, well, that's what they're going to have to do with Hive. I don't know if they're going to kill him or if they're going to do that or blast him off planet. They could send him back through that black gook.
Yeah, and then
put him back on that planet.
And then he pops in like a few episodes or another season, so he's not gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think now Ward is such a big bad that I don't know. So where are they going with this?
Yeah, did you guys see the trailer for next week?
My DVR cut off, so I missed.
Oh, Lil, you missed it. Ward. I don't even know what happened in it. It's a lot of stuff, but Ward is kind of sideways, and you see him start to transform into Hive. Like you see tentacles coming off his head. Yes.
Yeah, and he's covered in honey.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's not weird at all. Yeah, he was covered in goo, like honey, a honey tinted substance that looked like honey to me. Like he is the Hive.
Yeah.
Huh.
Hey. He's Honey Bunch's award.
Wah, wah.
Boy.
That was inevitable, wasn't it, that joke?
That was inevitable, and I'm sorry it happened.
I think we all are.
So let's get this episode started. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Nuff Said podcast.
I have an agreement with Coulson here I want to bring up.
Okay, go ahead.
He absolutely is correct in taking Lincoln off for the team for not knowing Terminator.
Absolutely.
I think that is grounds for removal, and I stand behind it.
Well, it just goes to show how young he is.
Yeah, well, I thought he's a tool, and now he's just proven it.
Yeah, he's a very young tool. That's what it proves.
He's a tooling.
It's like the time I was in rehearsal with a bunch of 20-year-olds and made the Swamp Thing joke, and nobody got it. I'm in a room full of, yes, it's music, but it's still kind of in the nerd vein, and I'm the only one that knows who Swamp Thing is. Come on, please.
We should pretend we can't hear a Lil again. I think that'd be really funny.
I hate you guys.
Well, I say,
I'm going home. So,
like I said, a room full of nerds. Not one of them knew who Swamp Thing is, and that's where we are with Lincoln. He's like the young part of the group. Of course, does it make him that young that he's any younger than Sky? Or, Daisy.
She's much cooler than he is. Although I got to say that was a nice little touch when Coulson called her Sky.
And she insists it's Daisy.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool because we do that all the time. And I know they did it earlier in the season, but to have them do it at this point, they haven't mentioned it in like 10 episodes at least.
Wait, did he do it again? I totally missed that.
Yeah,
he did. And she called him out on it this time.
Yeah, because he said, all right, do this, Sky. And she goes, it's Daisy.
I wonder if that was a mistake and they just went with it, or if that was actually scripted. Because
I think it was scripted.
It could be, but like I said, there's a lot of movie moments like that where they just, you know what, that was funny. Keep rolling.
Like when Mark Hamill called her Carrie.
Yeah.
When did he do that?
In the scene when they're at the bridge. In the original cut, when he puts his thing across and they swing across that open chasm in the Death Star.
His what? His what?
You know what I am gonna turn his sound off. When that happened, though, he called her Carrie just as before they went.
Really?
Yeah.
I totally did not catch that.
I think that's been taken out in the special editions, but in the original edition, he called her Carrie.
That's probably why then.
Famous bloopers. Like the kid in Back to the Future 3. You ever see that one?
No, which one?
You got to watch in Back to the Future 3 when at the very end when Doc Brown shows up with the train. Spoiler, he's not dead. He shows up with the train and he's got Clara and the two kids.
Yep.
Watch the kids because the one kid has to pee and he keeps pointing to his penis during the scene. Like they're just doing this scene going ahead and he's pointing like, I have to pee.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that like the Teen Wolf one where the guy in the background of the...
Oh, yeah, that's a good one too.
Speaking of, that gig I did where we played the orchestra music live for Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yes,
about
all
a month
sorts of
ago.
awesomeness, yes.
The principal French horn player was the guy that did all the French horn parts on the soundtrack of Back to the Future.
Shut up!
No. He's the cat. He's
awesome.
he's done hundreds of movies, and he did all the Back to the Futures.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you tell him you've seen all of the Back to the Futures?
Yeah, we talked about the sessions.
You said, I've seen those. Well, I saw 2 of them.
Yeah, the first and the last.
You could have used that story. Hey, do you know about the kid who points to his penis? Should have told him that story.
He probably already knows it.
Right. It's him.
Yeah. So,
that's not a French horn thing. That's more of a trumpet player thing.
That's true. I've seen that happen on stage. Yeah. So where were we?
I don't know. What show are we doing?
I think we're still doing Agent Carter, aren't we?
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about Batman versus Superman.
Oh, we're not talking about that.
No, I haven't even seen it yet. So
Jack.
I still think Superman's going to win.
Yeah, keep thinking it.
Uh-oh.
Spoiler alert. No, I'm not going to do it.
No.
They all die, and Wonder Woman is the only one left.
Spoiler alert, it gets worse the longer you are from seeing it. I actually had fun. I thought it was all right. It's not fun, though. It's just like, it's not a fun movie.
Yeah.
And afterwards, I was like, yeah, I liked it. Here's the flaws. And I didn't really like it. The further I am away from it, the more I'm like, I really don't want to watch that again.
Well, I think some of the people that I talked to that said, is it worth going to see? And everybody said yes. But it's not. But is
it worth paying full price for? No.
Maybe not. I don't know. So
go see. What was that other one, Lil? We just saw it yesterday. Zootopia.
Zootopia is fantastic.
Yeah, that's fantastic, Jack. Go see that.
Cool. I finally saw Deadpool.
Did you? Did you like it?
Yeah, I did. That was awesome.
Yeah, I figured you'd like that movie. Favorite part, the baby hand? I'm sure.
Oh yeah, that was like some Saturday Night Live stuff right there. Yeah, that's like right out of Saturday Night Live. That's like
that was Kristen Wiig did the baby hand thing.
Oh yeah, Kristen Wiig.
My favorite part was celebrating Women's Day.
Yeah, right.
What a way to celebrate. What I tell you, Marvel characters have come a long way, haven't they?
Yeah, that was excellent. So, all right. Yeah, boy, talk about a difference. And they just kind of wedged that Batman movie in there in the middle, and whew, man.
So what about the last hurrah for Flash? Flash.
For who?
For Lash.
Lash.
Oh yeah, Lash. Now we don't know if he's actually done. He said, "I have a feeling I won't come back." Well, okay, so your contract's up, but Lash could still be around. They didn't kill him.
Well, here's the thing. He knew that this was the last time, and we knew that that's coming up. He's once you transition so many times, there's a time where you don't go back. But he did take the serum, and there could be some sort of different thing in it. And they also did a whole bunch of scene to say, I think what I do serves a purpose, and it's a good purpose. He doesn't do good things, but there is a definite
there's a purpose to what I'm doing. Like, he's starting to see the ethical stance of what Lash does.
Right.
And I think that's interesting.
But we're going
to lose it before it gets really interesting.
Well, I don't know that we'll lose it. I think that's definitely part of, the alien plan. Like, each of them serves a purpose. So why do you have, like, if they all serve a purpose, then why do you have one that wants to eliminate them from society? Or was he if it all goes south, he's the one that takes them back out of the gene pool?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's the motivation? Because, that's what it is. Is he, they weren't needed, so he goes into effect and cleans up whatever the aliens did, and humanity goes back to the way it was? Or, there's some that they know aren't going to serve a good purpose, but he just seems pretty much random. Like, is there a pattern?
Yeah, I don't know. And I don't know if we're really going to even get anything more with him.
I mean, why does he pass on? Why does he pass on Daisy and yet kill other guys? Was it because the doctor's kind of in there, or is it because she's a good mutant or inhuman?
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry to the mutants out there. It was a slip. I don't mean to disparage any mutants.
Right. Oh, they'll take no offense.
I'm very offended.
Are you a mutant or an inhuman? Because I would kind of I would put you more in inhuman.
No,
mutant.
I don't know who I am.
I think your special power is not liking movies.
Oh, no, he loves movies.
Okay.
Just not anything with DC on the tagged on it.
Not true. Not true.
A little goes both ways. He likes DC and Marvel.
Yeah, and AC. All right. What did we miss in this? We saw Fitz and Simmons with their love moment.
We saw that space moment from the opening of the second part of the season.
And we're going to get that according to what we saw in the trailer that you didn't see. That scene plays out next week.
Next week?
That's what it looked like, didn't it, Jack?
They seem to be setting up the outer space thing. They mentioned. But here's the thing. At the very end, this guy, was it Charles or Chuck or whatever his name is?
Charles in charge.
Oh, man. If they had Scott Baio in that part, oh, man, I'd have died. That would have been awesome. So
let's start a petition. # bring Scott Baio to S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, man. Can you imagine? The Inhuman race would just skyrocket.
They'd be extremely good looking.
So, okay, Chuck, he touches people and they can see their death.
Yes.
Only, and it's uncontrollable, except for the fact that Charles...
I can't believe we didn't even talk about that. That was the crux of the story.
Yeah. Well, we get from point... Yeah, it's like a detour. We get there. It's just sometimes it takes us a while. We've got to go around the block a couple times. So he he makes contact with Skye, and we think she's seen her death, and they go out all this training, but it's not. It's he's trying to get her to help him, and it's not her death at all. So, okay, so now you've kind of confused us. There is some control about the view.
Yes.
But really, it was his death that we were seeing, not hers.
Right.
And
everything that he saw. See, now this was an interesting idea when Fitz laid out there how it works, how the fourth dimension works, and how time and everything. That was interesting, and that's definitely one of the theories on how it all works.
Right.
I think that they were setting it up that is how it works in this universe.
Right.
And even like when May said going back in time and correcting things is the tricky thing. And he explained all this, and what we saw play out was exactly what vision they had of the future.
Well, yes. However, it was a variation.
No, it wasn't. It was exactly what we saw. It's just they misinterpreted it.
Right, that's true.
All those key moments were there. There was nothing added or different.
Right. So I guess they're maintaining like that time space thing. So yeah, I mean, it's not. I guess does it keep the series from going into other periods of time and maybe this won't happen or that won't happen, or are they going to use that to introduce another?
Maybe
portal?
A mutant that has the ability to go through time.
Yeah.
I mean, couldn't that be?
Well, I mean, paradoxically, no, because we would already know that by now.
Well, no. I mean, think about X-Men. They do it in X-Men. Why couldn't that be the case here?
Because they do it in X-Men. I don't want to see it again.
Well, that, and we already know it's X-Men, so that we know it exists. You can't have a character that doesn't exist that goes through time that we don't already know about. Because that is the paradox of time travel.
All right.
Schooled on time travel.
Schooled.
You see, it's like this stack of paper, Rob.
That joke was inevitable.
But I had it going for a while there. I mean, it sounds plausible, right?
Sure.
We can't have a character that we don't know about that already does time travel. Because if they did, we would already know about that character. I'm just saying.
Oh, snap.
What?
Boom.
Amazing.
In the words of Austin Powers, I wouldn't think very hard about this and just enjoy the ride.
And how... speaking of Deadpool, did we speak about Deadpool on the show, or was that the part where we weren't recording?
No, we talked about it.
What about Stan? I mean, we need to do like a whole show on that, but man, Stan Lee's part in that was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
the DJ, like, hip hop Stan Lee.
When we start doing video, we got to make sure we have Stan Lee in everything we do.
Oh, actually, you probably could. We could probably get like a cutout. And like,
that'd be awesome.
And when we're talking about something, he just appears out of nowhere.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
It would. It's like he could travel instantaneously from wherever he is to our show.
Yes.
Well, my kids do think he's my friend, so.
And he's not?
Little dopey, huh?
I had a photo op with him, and I have the picture hanging in my office, and every time they see him in a movie or a show, they're like, "Daddy, it's your friend."
Yeah, that's funny because when I was a teenager, I got my picture with Miss America, but we're not friends.
No,
you were arrested for stalking her.
I was going to say the restraining order says that.
That was like one of those photo ops, but I never got to tell anybody she was my friend. Oh well.
Oh, too bad for you. Sad,
maybe I could go back in time.
No, because if you had, then we'd know the character already that could. My brain hurts.
And then that would...
okay, May... They just need to get on with May's story. I do want Lash to be gone so she can go on with her story.
How weird did that get when they're talking about stuff and May's just like, you're good, but you just don't have my powers.
Yeah.
Like, what was that? Like,
yeah. That was weird. It seems like they're trying to put tension between the two. That doesn't make sense. But maybe, once again, that's all stuff that's leading to how they're going to handle the Civil War storyline.
Yeah. But May didn't... she got frustrated, but she really didn't take it like the bait, which I thought was interesting. In the end, she kind of knows, but we're still talking about May here. Between the two of them, I would have much rather had May in that scene than Scott.
Yes. I mean, Sky was cool. That was really cool, but I'm ready for May to break out and do her thing.
Yeah, they gotta, they gotta up her game, and maybe once the space stuff comes in, maybe we'll get. But yeah, I don't get like the whole fact that we've abandoned her just because some people have powers.
Right.
I mean, we didn't abandon Coulson, and he doesn't have really powers. He's got like a digital hand.
Yes.
Did you like that digital?
Yes.
Which if you're a nerd and you know digital fingers, so that'll go in the edit. So anyway,
are we done? Did we cover everything?
Sure. I don't know.
Can you think of anything else, Lil?
No.
I think we went completely backwards, though. That was pretty awesome.
Somehow. All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to end it. Let's give our social media. Let's talk about the Amazon thing. Go ahead, Jack. You start. What's your social media?
I'm at Big Horse at Jay Wengroski.
Big Horse. And Alil.
I'm at LOGEEKZ for the League of Geeks podcast. So that's Geeks with a Z.
Yes. And you can find me at our Southgate, or you can find the company at SMG Pods, or this show at Nuff Said Podcast. We also have an Instagram. Just look up Nuff Said Podcast, and Facebook too. Once again, Nuff Said Podcast. Our website is www.southgatemediagroup.com, where we have all 87 shows, I believe, different titles. You can find them there. And another thing, I've talked about it on here before. I want to bring it up again. And Alil, you were kind enough to tell me today that you actually were talking about it on the League of Geeks.
Uh-huh.
In the upper right-hand corner of our website, it's now on all the pages, or it's supposed to be, is an ad for Amazon and a little description underneath it that explains it. If you click on that, before you go shopping on Amazon, what it does is it puts a cookie on your computer for 24 hours that anything you buy on Amazon for 24 hours, we get a tiny little sliver of. So it's a way to support us with the shopping you were already going to do. And that includes getting, like, if you get Audible, if you sign up for Audible, if you subscribe to Stars through that. I mean, there's like all these things like that it includes too.
Cool. And I love cookies.
Yes. And so please, that would help support us. That's it for now, I think. We've been putting up our TeePublic stuff. You can check out the t-shirt. The Nuff Said t-shirt is on the website, and we're going to be adding some cool Marvel shirts on there. So if you want to get some cool stuff, including Sean's awesome Hulkbuster, that's on our site. And Alil, you have like a promotion. Do you have a promotion going right now with Entertainment Earth?
No, we'll talk about it next week.
Next week. Stay tuned. Cool stuff coming to the League of Geeks, and we'll talk about it on here. Well, that's it. Thanks again for listening, everybody. Jack, Alil, thank you so much. Nuff said.
Nuff said.
Nuff said. You have a douche filter on? So funny. You are the funniest guy I've ever met.
Is that what you typed?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Must be the douche filter.
Sure you are laughing.
We're not laughing with you. We're laughing at you.
Yeah.
Tell him that.
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What is going on over there?
I turned the douche filter off.
Killing me.